He hung up the phone and popped on down couch while brushing the tears them all. Tahang muttered and he quickly calmed himself down before Jungkook came. He walked to the door and saw Jungkook getting off his motorcycle while removing his helmet. Hi, I brought some soda and chocolate for you. Hope you like them. Jungkook said and Taehang thanked him while taking them. He let Jungkook come in and Jungkook was impressed with how big Taehang's house was. Nice place, better than mine. Jungkook compliments him and Taehang went to get the drinks ready. Jungkook sat down on the couch while removing his jacket and see the movie that Taehang was watching. Avengers, I see. Jungkook said, teaching Taehang. Taehang come over with the drink and Jungkook smiled at him. So today is your off day? Jungkook asked and Taehang nods his head. I guess I really need it, otherwise I might end up in the hospital, Taehang said and take a sip of soda. Jungkook ate some of chocolate and noticed something on Taehang making him look serious. Wait, could you look at me? Jungkook asked and Taehang know why he asked that. Taehang turned his head slowly until he felt Jungkook's hand on his face, touching his burnish. Jungkook frowned as he see the burnish and Taehang smiled at him. Jungkook said as he moved closer to Taehang, who did this to you? Taehang see how tense Jungkook was and tried to assure him that he was fine while Jungkook stood up right away. Is it him? Tell me who did this, Jungkook said and Taehang knew that he was still upset. Taehang held his hand and calmed him down while Jungkook sat back on the couch. I'm okay, Jungkook. Don't you worry about me, Taehang said and Jungkook sighed heavily. It's going to be lunchtime soon. I'll order food for us, Jungkook said as he walked to the kitchen to order the food. After he was done, he sat next to Taehang when he noticed something on Taehang's fingers. Jungkook gripped Taehang's hand and see the ring while he looked at Taehang's ring away. He proposed it to you? Jungkook asked and Taehang could see anger in Jungkook's eyes. Taehang pulled his hand back and removed the ring while placing it on the table. I rejected him. That's why he decided to beat me up, Taehang said and shifted afterwards. Jungkook scoffed and nodded his head while they waited for the food to come. Taehang changed the channel on the TV when the news appeared and Jungkook smiled at see who was in the news. Kim Yuri, a 21-year-old girl, has been reported missing after friends realized that she had been missing school for 2 days. Yuri was currently staying alone in her apartment while her parents are living in the US. Police are still investigating as to where Kim Yuri would be. Will she be found? Hopefully alive. Taehang shook his head and it's sad to hear that. Hopefully she will be found. Jungkook nodded and pat Taehang's shoulder while they continued to watch other show. Let's just hope that she would be found. Jungkook lied and turned his eyes to the TV while after the food arrived, Jungkook helped to prepare everything with Taehang sitting in the dining table. You can take a spicy food, right? Jungkook asked and Taehang nods while he brings to the food on the table. Enjoy your lunch, Jungkook said and both of them digs in while Taehang seemed sad as he ate his lunch. What's the matter? Food isn't nice, Jungkook asked. Taehang shook his head and assumed Jungkook that the food was actually really nice. To be honest, I want to take a break from the celebrity world, Jungkook, Taehang said and Jungkook moved his chair closer to him. Jungkook smiled, letting Taehang to continue to talk while he listened to him. It's been interesting. I made this album for my fan to hear and I wanted to take a break after this new album, but I have to prepare for the upcoming performance and it's a lot of show that I have to do, Taehang said. My manager thinks it's not worth but I really want that freedom for a while, Taehyung said, and something struck Jungkook's mind. Jungkook nodded his head and said, if you had changed, would you have done it? Taehyung nodded while I smiled and said, it's hard to have that once you step it onto a celebrity world, but if you are happy doing it, of course you will stay for a long time. But what happened to me? I'm close to losing myself, Taehyung said and held his head down. Jungkook placed his hand on Taehyung's and held into it. As long as I am around you, won't lose yourself, Taehyung, Jungkook said, and Taehyung smiled at him. I'm actually glad that you are here and it feels nice to have you around, Taehyung said. I guess the coffee was fed at the beach, Jungkook said and began to joke around with Taehyung to keep him happy. Later, Taehyung looks at the time and Jungkook had to leave as he had something urgent to do. Busy schedules tomorrow, Jungkook asked Taehyung as he thought about it and nodded his head to Jungkook's question. Well, if you need anything, don't hesitate to call me, okay? Jungkook said and Taehyung thanks him once again. Jungkook gets on his motorcycle and sees Taehyung smiling at him. I hope you won't get hurt again because if you do, I might actually be sad, Jungkook said and Taehyung laughed at him. Jungkook waited and Taehyung after putting his helmet drove off while Taehyung watching him leave. He signed and his back inside his house to give Hoseok a call in case he got worried. Taehyung looked around. Where did I place that stupid ring? Being clumsy again, Taehyung. Then there was a knock on the door and Taehyung went to see who it was until he see his mother and Jeon with his parents behind her. Taehyung knew things was going downhill and he walked to the couch without saying anything. He took his phone off and gave Hoseok a quick text asking him to come right away. Mrs. Kim sat next to her son and said, Taehyung, Junghyun parent is here to talk about the wedding they are planning to have in next week. Where is the ring, by the way? Hyunjin's father asked. Taehyung had his head down the whole time and said, I had to shower so I took it out. It's in myself. Jeon's parents smiled and take out a few documents while Jeon was smirking to himself. If you are ready, you can sign all this, Taehyung, and we all start preparing for the wedding soon, Jeon's mother said. Taehyung signed and Jeon was already signing all of them in front of him. Mrs. Kim was assuring his son to sign it and Taehyung finally looked up at them. I won't sign this today. If you can't accept that, I leave my house now, Taehyung signed firmly and Jeon frowned at him. Alright, Taehyung, we'll give you some time to think, Yeonjin's father said, and they excused themselves to leave. Just at the right. Mrs. Kim about to talk to Taehyung when Taehyung stopped her. That including you too, Emma. If you can't accept the time I need to think to get out of my house, Taehyung said. Mrs. Kim stood up and walked to the door when Yeonjin's parents. Jeon was to approach Taehyung when Hoseok thanked for and cleansing his feet. You sure you want to do that here? With your mommy and daddy watching you, Hoseok said, and Jeon scoffed before going out to his parents. Hoseok sat next to Taehyung, comforting him while Taehyung turned to look at him. I have to marry a... Jungkook arrived at his house when he see his parents sitting on the couch. Hey, did you hear the news about Yuri? I thought you meet her. His father asked. I waited her in at usual cafe he went to, but she didn't come. I also found out that she had been cheating on me, Jungkook said, and his parents were surprised. How could she do that? His mother said, don't worry, Emma. Maybe I wasn't good enough of her, Jungkook said, and his father sighed heavily. Jungkook excused himself to his room when the news on the TV just in. Actor Jeon has made some shocking news and we are not expecting this at all. Jeon had just declared that he and Mr. Kim Tae-hung will be getting married. Jeon had made some comments that he and Tae-hung are happy to be getting married. Mr. Jeon laughed out loud while Jungkook only stared at the TV with fist clenched. Look like your favorite star is getting married. What a day, Mr. Jeon said and laughed out loud again. Jungkook turned his head to his father and said, if Emma remains, I will be laughing at you. Mrs. Jeon went silent and Mrs. Jeon was surprised to Jungkook's comment. Jungkook smiled and went to his room to get something before heading to his cabin. As soon as Jungkook stepped into the room, he punched the wall out of the anger, leaving a dent of the wall. Jeon, you, Jungkook said. He kicked the table, breaking part of it. Jungkook seen the Taehyung poster he held on his mirror and went towards it. He placed his hand on Taehyung's chest and said, he won't get you, baby. I promise. You are not going to be alone after this. Jungkook grabbed his stuff and quickly left the house. When his parents called him, Jungkook, me and your mother are leaving tonight. We are visiting your revolving in New Zealand. You sure you won't want to tag along? His father asked. Jungkook smiled and shook his head. I'll be fine alone. Don't worry too much. Just say hi to the family from me. He left the house, may take a cab to somewhere. Meanwhile, John was walking to the car park to get his car as he was planning to head to Mrs. Kim's house to talk about the wedding. As he get inside the car, he looked the comments on Twitter about the wedding announcement. Oh, how can I wait to see the big day? Kai, this is the sudden but happy of them. The wedding cannot happen. Call the sweet couple. Congrats, Oppa. Wow, hope you our marriage we all happy. John smiled at all the comments and started his car engineering while he had Taehyung in his thoughts. Soon that Taehyung will be mine for life, Wanjun said before laughing to himself. Suddenly someone covered Jeon's face while a cloth filled with a make him fall into a deep sleep. Jeon tried to fight and drug back, but the stranger was stronger enough to hold him down in his seat. He soon fell into a deep sleep and was shifted to the back seat while the stranger took over. It turned out to be Jungkook and he smiled while removing his cap. Serve you right, Jungkook said and drove off the car park while he turned Jeon's phone off. Jungkook knew what to do with the car and drove fastly while checking Yeonjun in case he woke up. After a while, Jungkook see a cliff and smack while he stopped the car close to us. Taehyung sighed as he thought draft marriage Yeon was still bothering him while he called Daniel over. Could you see if John is free to meet and talk? Taehyung asked and Daniel started calling John right away. You are really going to marry him? His stylist asked and Taehyung shook his head. He took a sip of his coffee and said, I'll cancel the wedding. I'm not married that gun. Taehyung see the news on his phone about the girl named Yuri was missing. Her body was been found. Taehyung was in his van reading thought the news about what happened to the girl who had been missing. Poor girl, Taehyung said and sighed heavily. Daniel smiled at it and said, guess what? Taehyung was hoping to hear that he was able to take a break, but it wasn't. You all get to have your concert next 2 days, Daniel said excitedly while Taehyung could only smile at him. With your new album, your fans will be excited for you to performing it, Daniel said and Taehyung nodded his head. Yep, I got to a concert, Taehyung said and sang. Then he got a message from Jungkook and it made him smile right away. Jungkook, have a good day. I'll maybe come over tonight. Pizza or pasta? Taehyung being shaky, not you. Well, pizza sounds good. Jungkook, to meet you, of course. I would be sick. Tahang, alright, I'll be you later then. Tahang put his phone away. Then they arrived at the studio for his photo shoot. He started getting his hair done and put on the makeup while the stylist get his clothes ready. As Tahang was getting ready, Daniel ran towards him and gave him the phone as it was an emergency. It's your mother, Daniel said, and Tahang knew what was coming. Tanya Hyunjin has not shown up since yesterday. I tried to call him but no answer. Please, I am getting worried. Tahang rolled his eyes and looked at the time while Daniel was telling him that he needed to go to the photo shoot. Emma, he is a busy man too. He'll be back to you. Tahang assured her. Please, Tahang, find him, please. I'm worried. Tahang slams his hand on the table so hard that everyone got surprised at how loud it was. You rather care about someone else instead of your son, who has to marry someone who hurts him physically. Tahang Al, maybe you sound be a mother to June because as of right now I've lost my mother, Tahang said and hung up the phone. Daniel came to him and Tahang grabbed the clothes he need to wear for the photo shoot. Give him some time for cool, Daniel said to the other son as he went to check up him. Daniel knocked on the changing room door and asked, if my mom or Jan call me, I don't want to talk to them anymore, Tahang said and walked past him while he went to straight to doing the photo shoot. At the same time, Jungkook was packing his stuff since he will be staying at the cabin until his parents is back. His TV was turned and he see the news all about Yuri while he smiled to himself. Glad that is gone. I am now focused on the other thing, Jungkook said as he looked at the clock. 10 minutes to get there, Jungkook said while he put all his clothes into the bag. Later, Taehyung was done with his photo shoot and he went to the table while Daniel got him lunch. By the way, I need to head back to the office, get some work to you. So ready? I'll be okay if you want, Daniel said and Taehyung nudged at him. We'll talk about when we are done with interview and performance later, Daniel said and put Taehyung on the bag. Taehyung ate his lunch quiet when his phone started buzzing. He see Hosea calling him and Taehyung answered right away. Hey, Taehyung, how are you? Taehyung smiled a little to hold his dear bag and said, yeah, I'm good. Thanks for checking up on me. Come on, what my best friend are for. By the way, I actually wanted to say something to you. Taehyung nodded his head and let Hoseok to go while Hoseok seemed like he was hesitated. Well, Taehyung laughed a little and told Hoseok to go on while he waited. Taehyung changed of clothes. Taehyung seemed his style calling him on notes. Hobby, I gotta go. How about you tell me once I'm done with everything later? Alright. Taehyung signed and he hung up since he needed the change to his coat quickly. At the same time, Hoseok signed and he put his phone aside and continued to cook his lunch. Why is this so difficult to do? Hoseok moved and continued to stir his dinner in the pot. Taehyung was done with the photo shoot and luckily it went smoothly for him. He had to go for an interview. He gets in the car and see his driver was smiling at him. He had a good day for sir, his driver asked. Taehyung checked and said, so far so good, I guess. As they were driving to the next location, Taehyung was listening to his music and he still seemed disturbed about his mother. Then he heard the radio in the car about John making him his earbuds off. The police are doing whatever they can to find out what happened to Mr. John after being reported missing this morning. His car has also disappeared and police said that the three were no evidence around the scenes where he was last seen. Taehyung was surprised and his driver sighed heavily. Poor kid, who would be done that? His driver said. Maybe he did something bad to himself. Someone. We may know the full story, Taehyung said, and continued to listen to his music. The driver noticed the car was running low on gas as he decided to stop by a gas station to get it filled up. So the car needs gas, so we are stopping by at the gas station, the driver said, and Taehyung noticed while he see the gas station up front. When they arrived at the gas station, the driver filled up the gas right away, and Taehyung felt the need to head to the toilet. I am in the toilet. I'll be back in 5 minutes, Taehyung said, and the driver nodded at him. As the driver was continuing to fill the gas up, he took his water bottle and drank some until he collapsed next to his car. Taehyung rushed into the cab and did his business when he heard someone else coming in the wall. Come on, Taehyung. Taehyung nodded to himself and headed out while washing his hands in the sink. He heard the stranger was that Taehyung ignored it while washing his face a little bit. The stranger occupied door open, and Taehyung looked up to see a man with hoodie over his head and mask down while covering his mouth. The cloth filled with sleep, the man said, and Taehyung soon fell into a deep sleep. He left the washroom and headed to the car behind the gas station while he masked so that there was no one watching. He got into the car, drive off quickly before anyone noticed while he removed his mask hoodie, revolving it to be Jungkook. Sorry to surprise you, Taehyung, Jungkook said and smiled to himself as he drove to the cabin. At the same time, Daniel was trying to reach Taehyung, but he was not answering. After director also asking to him, "Where is he, Daniel?" and tried to call him, but there was no answer. Then his phone rang and he thought it was Taehyung, but it was the driver. "Sir, would you come?" Taehyung gone. Daniel asked where Daniel rushed out of the police station. His car driver looked Hoseok's number. Hoseok, Taehyung gone, meet me at the gas station, Daniel said and hung up the driver as fast as he can. Hoseok grabbed his jacket and left the house while stopping the taxi. He gave the address and told the driver to rush while he hoped Taehyung was okay. Please, Taehyung, hope you are okay, Hoseok muttered to himself. Taehyung opened his eyes after being a deep sleep and his vision was still a little blurry. He looked around after a while and realized that he was not in the studio or anywhere else. A cabin, Taehyung said as he looked down to see that his hands were tired while his legs were being chained. Then he heard someone from the room in front of him, and the door opened, revealing a deep, beaten-up John covering in red liquor. John, Taehyung said while still in shock, and John was so weak that he could only stare at him. Taehyung wondered who took him and John here until he hears footsteps coming from the same room. The door opened again, and this time Taehyung's jaw dropped, and he would never expect to see who it was. No, that can't be, Taehyung said when he see Jungkook standing in front of him, also covered in red liquid. Jungkook smiled at see Taehyung looking at him until he grabbed John by hair, dragging him back to his spot. Jungkook, what? Taehyung tried to speak. He grabbed his towel and wiped the red liquid off while kneeling next to Taehyung. Surprise! I expected thanks you to be honest, Jungkook said, and Taehyung shook his head. Why would I thank you? Me, Taehyung shouted, and Jungkook smiled at him. He moved closer to Taehyung and said, "You wanted this, Taehyung, so I am giving you that." Taehyung was not accepting it, and Jungkook stood back on his feet. "I am going to get some water and food for you," Jungkook said, and was about to walk. Then, "Why are you doing this, Jungkook? I thought you were a nice guy, but you are a liar," Taehyung yelled. Jungkook clinched and said, "Oh, what I'll be doing with you is real, just that I have a secret." "And the secret is you," Jungkook said. "How can I even believe you? Who knows that you all do it to me next," Taehyung said, and Jungkook pats him on the head. "No one will hurt you, baby," Jungkook said, and he left the basement. Jeon was breathing heavily after what happened, and Taehyung close. "See how badly beaten he was. Your boyfriend is trying to kill me, right?" Yeonjin spoke up, and Taehyung was surprised. "He's not my boyfriend," Taehyung said, and Yeonjin cut a red liquid off his mouth. Then he heard Jungkook coming back down and see the food and drink on a food tray. Jungkook said next to Taehyung and pick up more of ramen while trying to feed him. "Blow, it's a little hot," Jungkook said, and Taehyung turned his head away. "Eat, or you all end up sick like him," Jungkook said, and Taehyung was still looking away. Jungkook smirked and placed his foot down on the ground until he grabbed Taehyung by the chin harshly. "If you won't listen to me, I will end up killing you," Jungkook said, and Taehyung could feel the goosebumps on his arms. Meanwhile, Daniel and Sok were at the police station waiting for the officer to talk to him. "Good afternoon, gentlemen," a police approaching them. Both of them stood up, shaking his hand.